Alright, so right now I'm gonna introduce a game entitled Case Files: The Death of Paulette Williams. It's an FMV game, a detective mystery investigation crime FMV games. I tried this game previously, the full version, probably on January or February 2022, and I have written a full review of this game, but I didn't include any spoiler in the game as the developer wish back then when I tried to play the game. Here, as per the developer request, this article will be free from spoilers. This is a review from me regarding this game entitled Case Files: Death of Paulette Williams. It's a really good game, and the one that I played was the early build of the game. So, a few things such as the pros and no, the pros is still there. Cons, like the negative review of the game, is already fixed. Some. There is a case report now in the game that is available already. There's also subtitle too, which will be helpful for a non-native English speaker. This is also have been enhanced in the current build of the game. And if I remember correctly, the game will be released on 25 October 2022, and the game is now available to the wishlist. It's available for public already. Wait a second. In my opinion, this is the first game, the first FMV type of game that I actually played, and I really enjoy this game a lot. For someone who's not native in English, who doesn't understand, whose English is not their mother tongue, this is a good game. This is a good game to analyze, to deduct, and to improve my English skills back then. Okay. Enough of introduction. I'm going to show you how the game looks like from the inside. Let's see. Play. So I'm currently using the 1080p resolution of the game. There is the setting. I can change the quality. Right now the quality is high. I can change it to medium or low. And then the resolution, there is four type of resolution. I can change it to 720p, 1080p, 2K or 4K. And see here. Look at this. It's even, I don't know, much sharper than previously. This is 4K. This is the 1080p. Not as sharp as before. Also, there is a feature to skip the videos. Let's see. I'm gonna introduce you, but I'm not going to play the game to avoid spoiler of the game. This is the inside view of the game. You can see you can see here.
Alright, the video feed should be up and running, so if you can see me and hear me, then everything is working exactly as it should. Now I just want to take a quick moment just to go over the setup that you got there. I want to make sure everything's working properly, make sure you feel comfortable with everything before we get the suspects in, alright? Now, what you're looking at now, this is the real-time video feed, and you've got the controls right in front of you that you can use to toggle back and forth between the two different camera angles. Now, this whole system is all touchscreen, so all you gotta do is just touch whichever feed you want, and that's the one that's gonna be displayed. So why don't you go ahead, take a quick sec, and just toggle back and forth, make sure everything's working properly. All right, now, as long as this video feed is running, it's also being recorded and saved. In fact, it's actually recording right now in case you want to revisit any of this information later. Now, as soon as the recording stops, that's when it becomes available for you on the playback monitor that you also have in there. Now, this is where I'm counting on you, okay? This is where I really need you to utilize that playback monitor and carefully analyze these suspects, all right? See if there's anything, and I mean anything, that you happen to catch that I'm gonna miss while I'm in here, okay? That's where I'm counting on you. All right, now the video files that are gonna be on that playback monitor you have full control over, but you gotta be aware that those files will not be available to you until we're done with each session and the recording stops, all right? So that covers all the tech stuff. Now, the case, all right, let's do a quick recap on the case here. So Samantha Williams, age 31, found her mom, Paulette Williams, age 62, dead in her bed after being on in-home hospice care for about 2 months, okay? Nothing out of the ordinary there, seeing as though Paulette was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Now, part of the care was for Paulette to receive these 30 milligram Oxycontin pills. Now, the problem is that the medical examiner noted extremely high levels of Oxycontin in Paulette's system. Okay, these levels far exceed the 30 milligrams. Now, to top it off, the hospice worker, a guy named Michael Schaefer, he noted that there were missing pills when he went to do his final count. All right, there was actually 5 missing pills of Oxycontin to be exact. Now, it's important to note that Samantha and her husband, a guy named Elliot Jordan, who's age 34, they're the sole caretakers, all right? So they're the only ones that are able to administer Paulette's Oxycontin on a regular basis. Now, I did have a chance to talk with both of them about a week or so ago, and things just aren't adding up, okay? They just aren't. Now, fortunately, they are being very cooperative, okay, which is why they've agreed to come down here today and do this second interview with me. Now, since I spoke with them, I was able to subpoena some documents and some records to hopefully, shed light and just get a little insight as to what actually is going on here. And I actually did uncover a few things. So I learned that Samantha has a lot of debt. All right, a pretty significant amount. Most of it's student loans, but it's pretty significant nonetheless. I learned that her mom, Paulette, has a life insurance policy for $250,000 that is payable to her only child, Samantha. And I learned that Samantha booked a one-way ticket to Costa Rica for July of later this year. All right, now, given all of that, I think it's safe to say that foul play is absolutely a possibility here. All right, now, obviously, I'm going to be the physical presence in the room, but I'm going to rely on you, all right, like a lot, okay, because you're going to be my eye in the sky, all right? You have a far better vantage point than I do, okay? So I'll field all the questions in here, but I'm absolutely going to follow your lead, all right? So I need you to use everything that you got in that room to your advantage, okay? Because we have one goal. That's it, right? Solve this case. That's our goal, all right? That's it. That's all I got. So I'm going to bring Samantha in here first. And we'll get the video feed back up and running in just a sec. All right?
Okay. There's a save icon now. On the right corner, you can see a save icon. So, because this is an introduction, I'm going to show you the control of the game.
Okay, Samantha, we are recording. Today is Saturday, February 19th.
Okay, I'm going to stop that so there is no more spoiler regarding the game. Okay, so here I'm going to just introduce the control and everything else is in this room. This is the room of the game. This is the only room that you are going to play in this game. In this game you are going to play as a detective, like our partner introduced to us prior to seeing the interview of the case. So, as you can see, as I showed you before in the beginning of this game, in this video, there is some cons that is already fixed by the developer prior to release this full version. So here you can type your note like this, but you cannot use this pen. This is just for decoration. All of this is just for decoration, so you can see two monitor here. Later you can rewind the footage here. I'm going to show you after this is done. And here now there's a subtitle like that. You can turn off
cancer
or turn down the sound feed from the interview room. And this is just a decoration. This is a ticket that our partner said before. This is a credit card monthly statement. Another one, another one, another one, another one, and this is a report case. This is a new improvement, also a new improvement from the developer. This is some instruction from the developer, and that's all. Okay, some selection require holding your selection for a few moments. The first one means when you were asked later to choose the decision, you need to hold the selection for a few moments. And then the second one is enable skipping videos. Skipping videos means that if you, I mean, this is an FMV type of game, so in case you discover one ending, there will be another type of ending. There are 3 or 4 multiple endings if I remember correctly, and you can skip these videos, so there's no need to rewind or rewatch all of these videos, but you can skip the videos, so it's actually easier to discover another ending, and you are not going to spend much times. Also, all notes written on the whiteboard. This is the whiteboard. I'm going to explain this. This is a whiteboard, and the function is similar with these notes. Not bad. And there's also no time limit. Like, even though the interview is going on right now, but there is no time limit, you are free to decide how much you're going to play this game, when you are going to stop playing or continue playing. There is no time limit. You can also zoom in, zoom out using the right click, and that's it. This is a phone that functionally is to a music, which I didn't use back then. And the last one is just this one, the whiteboard. The function is the same as the notepad. As for me, I play this game. Oh. As for me, I play this game back then because there are no subtitle, no report case like this. This is not available on the one that I played before, so I brought everything on hard paper, and it took me 3 or 4 papers to write everything that I do, which is actually interesting. And you can also change the camera feed like this.
Gotcha. Now, I did have a chance.
Also, back then there are no subtitles, so I need to carefully listen to everything that the interviewer and the interviewee said during this session. Rather, aside from that, I don't know what else, so that's all. For me, I really recommend this game a lot because it's actually a good one to play.
I think that it would be
I want to show you I wanna stop this video because I have nothing else to explain. But then I need to wait for this interview to stop. Also, regarding this video, I'm not going to show my gameplay regarding this game because I knew what the ending like, and I think it's better to show you how the game uncovered as you play by yourself. I mean, in this game, as our partner said before, this guy, when he said that I am the soul, the main character in this game, so I'm the one who's responsible for any decision that we're going to make. That's why I'm not going to show you how I play this game, because I have played this game before and I've uncovered the ending, a few endings. I've tried 3 endings or 4 endings, I guess, regarding this game. Yeah, 3 endings. And to avoid the spoilers, so I'm not going to show you the gameplay for this one. I actually wanted to show you the control of this, but this interview, I don't know, it looks like it's going to take much longer than this, and there is no skip option yet because this is a real-time interview, so I'm gonna wait.
Of course.
Are we being suspected of something?
Samantha, foul play is absolutely a possibility here, yes. Right, that's why I'm here. My job is to try to figure out what happened. Okay, but as long as you're honest with me, then we're good, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good. So look, there's just one last thing that I want to clear up with you, okay? First, I need you to verify you still have some student loan debt, is that correct?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And it's a pretty large amount that you owe, right?
About 105,000, yeah.
105,000? Wow. That's a pretty significant amount of money.
Yeah.
Now, prior to your mom's death, did you know that she had a life insurance policy for $250,000 that's payable directly to you, her only child?
I did. I didn't know about it until she got ill.
So prior to all this, you had no idea that she had this life insurance policy?
I'm sure she had something. I assumed she had something, but I didn't know any of the details of it, the amount, nothing.
All right, what can you tell me about Costa Rica?
Costa Rica?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Costa Rica.
You're probably referring to the plane ticket that I bought.
Yeah, that's correct. What's that all about?
There's just been so much going on. I've been really stressed out with, and I was just planning a little vacation for a bit once school was out. That's all.
So that's why you bought the ticket for July?
Yeah.
Now, see, the problem is you bought a one-way ticket, Samantha, right? So, were you never planning on coming back?
No. No, it was it's just a cheap fare that I found. There's this app that tracks your purchases for you, but it only deals in one-way fare tickets. It's for plane travel. So I saw that ticket and I bought that flight, and I just was waiting for the right return flight. I just hadn't found it yet.
What about Elliot? Two of you weren't going to go together?
No. We weren't sure if my mom would still need care at the time.
And Samantha, you didn't think to mention this earlier? I mean, this seems like a huge oversight, don't you think?
I didn't see what it had to do with anything. It's just a vacation.
It's just a vacation. Samantha, are you okay?
You don't have to bring any of this up to Elliot, do you?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
Samantha, are you sure there isn't something that you need to tell me?
No.
No. Okay. All right, Samantha, let's give you a break. Okay, we'll get your husband in here, okay? All right. Okay, Elliot, we are recording. I do want to remind you that the rights that we went over in the waiting room, they do apply at all times today, okay?
Cool.
All right. Okay, so today is Saturday, February 19th of 2022. I am Detective Martin Ruiz, badge number 7621, and with me here is Elliot Jordan. Elliot, can you do me a favor and please spell your first and last name?
First name Elliot, last name Jordan.
Thank you. I do ask that you please acknowledge that this statement is being video and audio recorded and that you are consenting to that recording. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay. And lastly, I do want you to be aware that you do not have to make this statement. You're not obligated. You understand that, right?
Understood.
Okay. So, Elliot, I do want to get your take on things. So why don't you just tell me what happened?
I mean, there's not much to tell. Paulette was on hospice, and she was expected to pass away.
And that's it?
I mean, there's really not much to say. It's just an unfortunate situation.
All right, well, let's see if we can maybe explore a little more here. Why don't you tell me what happened on Monday, February 7th?
There's nothing out of the ordinary. I woke up around 11 a.m. that morning. Our hospice nurse, Michael, he gets to the house on Mondays at noon. Let him in when he got to the house, and he tended to Paulette while I took a video call from a client. He left later that afternoon, and I continued to work.
And you're a sound engineer, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and you work from home?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, you can continue.
So after I wrapped for the day, I ordered some Thai food. I hadn't eaten all day. I was starving, so I didn't wait for Sam to get home. But she got to the house pretty soon after I finished eating, and we watched some TV. She went to bed. And then after she went to sleep, I hopped on video games online and played until about 2 a.m., something like that, and then went to sleep.
Do you normally go to bed that late?
Yeah, usually later, honestly. I have trouble sleeping, so I just kind of stay up until I'm drained.
So I'm going to assume, right, you gave Paulette her dose of OxyContin that evening. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I gave her a dose around 7. That's routine for us.
So based on this routine, you obviously gave her a pill of OxyContin that night, right, February 7th. I'm going to assume that you also gave her a dose on Tuesday, February 8th that night. Does that sound accurate?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so what about Tuesday? Anything out of the ordinary on Tuesday?
No. I worked on the track for most of the day for a client. And Sam got home around 5. We ate leftovers from the night before and watched TV again. And then after she went to sleep, I hopped online, played video games, and did that the rest of the night.
And that's it?
That's it.
All right. So based on everything that you're saying, then you would have been the last person to give Paulette a dose of OxyContin, right, prior to her death?
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
Okay. Did either you or Samantha give her any breakthrough doses on that day?
No.
Are you sure?
I mean, as far as I'm aware, no.
Okay, so let's assume that everything that you're saying is accurate. Can you explain to me how 5 30 milligram OxyContin pills could have gone missing?
The only thing I've thought about is that maybe the pharmacy messed up. Happens from time to time, right?
I mean, yeah, it happens. It's extremely rare, but sure. But see, even if that were the case, right, that still doesn't explain how Paulette overdosed, does it?
I guess not.
So, Elliot, right, my job is to figure out how Paulette overdosed. Okay, that's my job. So, with that in mind, is there anything that you need to tell me? Anything that I should be aware of?
Can't think of anything else. I think we've covered everything.
Okay, you sure?
And yeah, can't think of anything else.
All right. We'll take a short break, okay? All right.
Okay, that's the end of footage. I think I can show you how to rewind the footage now. Ah, yes.
Well, I don't know about you, but it feels like both of them are hiding something. Samantha definitely feels off, and Elliot seems a bit too nonchalant for my taste. I'm going to bring Samantha back in here in just a sec. I want to see if I can pry some more information out of her. But look, before we do that, we really need to think about how we want to approach this. I think that if I put some pressure on her, she'll crack for sure. But honestly, I'm conflicted. Part of me also feels that I should keep playing nice. I don't know, maybe a calm approach may get her to trust me and open up more. But then again, if this is all an act, she might see right through that bullshit and use it in her favor. Honestly, I don't know. It's hard to get an exact read on her. Why don't you do some reviewing? See if anything helps guide how we should move forward. Maybe you can get a better take on things. And listen, take all the time you want, okay? I don't care if these two are here all day and night. When you're ready, you give me a call and you let me know how you want to play this. I'll trust your judgment. All right, I'll talk to you soon.
Ha! This is why I love this game. Because my goal is actually clear. I need to find who killed Paulette Williams, and that's all. And I am the one who is responsible for every decision that I make. Which is why I like it. Okay. As Martin said, we can review some footage. I can do this, but I forgot how. Yeah, like this. So if I click play, like this, I can change the interview.
Okay, Samantha, we are
Like
recording.
this. Now the recording of 2 interviews and 3, or basically every footage that we have can be rewind. We can rewind the footage that we already have from all of this session through this monitor. So the monitor on the right, we can use it to see real-time recording, real-time interview, and this one is the recording footage. We can change the camera like the previous one, like this, so we can examine the facial expression of our suspects better, and we can change.
Today is Saturday, February 19th.
We can play. We can we can rewind like this. See, it came up every 10 seconds, and this button to change the interview.
Okay, Elliot, we are
Okay,
recording.
and we also have
I do
subtitle.
want to remind you that the rights that
We also have subtitle to help the non-native speaker. And then later, if you are going to choose any option, whether you are going to be calm with Samantha or put pressure on Samantha, you need to, for instance, I'm going to choose the first option, be calm with Samantha. So I need to press this to make my choice.
Hey. Okay, so you want to go with the nice and calm approach. Not a problem at all. Give me a sec, I'll get Samantha back in here and we'll get things back up and running. Alright, bye.
Yeah, that's all basically. Now we are going to have another interview session, but we cannot pause what is happening on real time, so we need to wait and see what the interview say.
This is a continuation with Samantha Williams. The date is still February 19th of 2022. So, Samantha, I just have a few things that I want to clear up with you and then we'll be done.
Okay. That's all I guess that I'm going to introduce about this game. I hope you will be able to play this game and enjoy the game, because it's really good. Seriously, it's going to worth your time playing this FMV game. Okay, thank you so much. See you next time.